This is going to be our second installment of Treasure Tuesdays. And the first week what we did is we went ahead and we had a little bit of spare time. We leisurely went through some of the books that we have in the main house. Today we're a little bit more on a mission. And what we're going to do today is we're going to check out what we've lovingly dubbed the Gray Barn. And we are going to ignore the sound of that metal roof above me that is creaking so lovely. And we're going to take a look and see what we have in here as far as supplies. We know when we toured the house it had some good stuff originally, but what we're looking for is, since we have animals coming to the property soon, we want to see if there's anything here that we can utilize and pick up for not only the animal projects but other projects that we have around the house. So we're going to go ahead and get started and check out the 3 different stalls of the barn. We left our wheelbarrow back in Portland, but fret no more. Look at this. We got not one, but we got 2. I don't know what this thing is. Is it? Oh, it's a donkey. That's what it is. Okay. So it looks like maybe a planter box of some sort. Don't need this right now, but it might be cute yard decor. I am going to take the wheelbarrow though and hopefully be able to load up some treasures. Oh, it's got a flat tire. Why am I not surprised? Maybe I'll find an air pump. So here it looks like we've got just some scrap wood. There might be some decent wood in here to make the back planks for the shelter for the pigs. But I do see some nice metal roofing over here. So that's really exciting. And it looks like we have a sawhorse, which absolutely will come in handy, and some gutters. We have another big planter. This one's on wheels, but we were talking about wanting to plant some potatoes in some bins, and I know we were running low on some areas. So this might be a good utilization to get some more potatoes planted, because we have about 48 pounds of them to plant. So I guess if we have any pieces, even though it's all scrap, there might be some good scrap pieces. Here's another sawhorse. So now we have 2, so that's going to be great. So that'll give us ability. So if we're sawing and cutting some stuff, we already have 2 sawhorses. Below us is what looked to be the interior of a pond insert, but it is very, very rough. I'm not sure if we can take Bondo or something to fix it, or if it's just a pretty planter, but it could be, you know what we could do, babe? We could actually flip it over. We could plant potatoes in that. Why not? Hey, when you're homesteading, we're gonna get creative with what we have. So I actually kind of like that. We could do potatoes in the bigger part, and maybe we could do some different types of herbs or flowers around in the more shallow part. So maybe that will be something that we utilize after all. Not for water though. I know that I was excited to come in here because this is an old tobacco barn, and we knew there was a lot of old, I guess, just boards that they used to hang the tobacco, the old stumps and whatnot. And so we have a ton of those posts here. And so I thought those would be really good for stability for a shelter. If we could take and we could have those posts and give the pigs something that is, you know, because I think we're gonna probably wanna have a couple of those because we plan on rotating the pigs around. So maybe we'll have, I think is it Casey Farms? They have a really cool, like a 4-way entry type thing. So they have little areas. So depending on how they have their fencing, they have 4 different homes that are all in one spot, but the pigs get 4 totally separate areas. So trying to be smart and utilizing space how we can, it'd be cool to build something out of these posts here. Not 100% sure what this is, but I think it looks to be like an old wagon or an old sled, because it's got, you know, innards, and then it looks like it's got a nice brace right there, and then it definitely had what used to be metal arms. But it looks like this could have either been slid across something or on wheels. But definitely usable wood if we don't know what to repurpose. That could be, this is actually maybe the beginning of, if we decide like a little brooder or something, we could utilize this because 3 of the 4 sides are already built up and all we'd have to do is lay like some mesh across it or something. So that might be a good brooder system when we're ready for meat birds down the road. I'm gonna skip some of the fun stuff for a different Treasure Tuesday, some of the junk or the items that were left behind that aren't materials, because we are doing a little bit more specific today. And what I was wanting to look for too is see if we had any plywood or things that we could build up the truck so that we could utilize a basically a makeshift way to haul animals without a trailer. And looks like we have some plywood here, and then there's some more plywood back here. So let's take a look and see what all we have. Buckets are gonna come in handy for feeding and watering the animals. So it looks like just the 2 kind of scrap boards here, and there's a little piece of scrap that's only about 1.5 feet. The lattice isn't strong enough to use. I don't know about you, but bedroom or living room? I think this used to probably have glass shelves, is my guess. That there used to be like a display case, and it probably used to be really shiny and gold. I don't know. Maybe it'll be a bird plaything. A couple more things. We've got quite a few little brick pavers and layers. Might not need that for the animal enclosure, but we're thinking about using the carport as a temporary shelter for them for the first couple days. So it might be something that we want to put on where some of the rod is. And then it looks like we just have a lot of, whoa, that is heavy. Oh. I almost fell over. But we have quite a bit of board here. I don't know if we're gonna need something quite this sturdy for that, but this is, we've got quite a bit of rough cut wood as well. So we'll just go down here a little bit further. Some tires that we might be able to use if we need something portable. Looks like some old screen. If they need their very own screen door. We have that option. We do have a lot of barbed wire. I'm not a huge fan of barbed wire.
Yeah, me neither.
So I don't know how much we'll be using that, but it is always something that we can consider. Oh my goodness, Nate. I just found something that would have made your trenching so much easier. My
trenching? Oh, seriously? Oh, come on. That's awesome.
This would think about how much better this would have been on your back. It needs to be tightened a bit, but nothing you couldn't have pounded in if you...
Do you know what that specific tool is called? I don't.
I don't.
Does it have a name on it?
It is a Classic Plus green thumb. It's a non-slip grip for superior control. You would have had superior control, Nathan. There's a lot of little tobaccos. If we need to make small little boards for any reason.
Oh, look, babe, a hand truck.
Yeah, there is a hand truck in there. That's exciting.
That is exciting. Wow. All right.
I'll spray paint it with some Rust-Oleum. It'll look
Yep,
like new.
It will.
Nobody will ever know it was sitting in a barn for 20 years. Oh, a lot of T-posts. Those will come in handy.
Yep, for temporary fencing.
Yep.
Or, yeah.
And then this big random white bucket. It doesn't stink, but having no idea what it was used for, or what the initial purpose is, I don't know. I think it was a rain catchment, because there was another one of these by the farmhouse that was actually hooked up to the gutter system. But
That'd be a good, you know what? That'd probably be a good pig waterer.
it would be a great pig waterer, so that's what I was thinking. I'm like, how do you clean it? Because it's very dirty in there. I wonder what you could do to make sure that it was healthy and that you weren't, you know,
Yeah.
obviously making your piggy sick. But yeah, this would be a great, because it's just a nice lightweight plastic, you know, drum. Got some stair treads. If they, you know, want to get their exercise in, we could build them some stairs.
Watch for nails.
And then a lot of good board that we could use. So there's a lot of plywood strips, unfortunately, that are only about this big, which aren't gonna come in handy for what I want to use making the truck bed, but we might be able to utilize them somewhere else. So, oh, and everyone needs their own lamp post, because that's cool. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
That's fun. All right. I think that's it's kind of here. It's a lot of scrap wood. It's a lot of, this looks like kind of where maybe the pile was after they were done working on stuff, just threw all the pieces they didn't want here. But we'll see what we can utilize out of this pile and see what we can make. I know we built our entire chicken coop out of scrap wood, so we're gonna probably do the same with the pig shelter as well. But hope you enjoyed this edition of Treasure Tuesday. It was a little shorter just because we're looking specifically for the pigs. We have a project that we need to get done this week, so thought we'd come in and kind of incorporate it. So check us out later and hopefully you'll see what we created with all of this fun stuff. So far, I think it's all treasure. Bye.